What if I told you that your life is not over just because you made mistakes? Maybe you failed an exam. Maybe you lost someone you loved. Maybe you wasted years doing things you regret. Maybe your plans didn't work out. Maybe you look around and feel like everyone is moving forward while you are still stuck in the same place. And sometimes, the hardest part isn't the failure itself. It's the voice inside your head saying, "It's too late. I've already messed everything up. I'm not good enough. Other people are ahead of me." But listen carefully. Your past is a chapter of your life, not the entire story. You can start again. You can rebuild your confidence. You can change your habits. You can learn something new. You can walk away from what is destroying you. You can become someone your past self never imagined. Starting over doesn't mean you failed. Sometimes, starting over means you finally became brave enough to choose a better life. So if you are young and feeling lost right now, stay with me, because this message might be exactly what you need to hear today. Step 1. Accept that the past cannot be changed. The first step to starting over is acceptance, not because your past was perfect, but because you cannot build a new future while constantly fighting an old one. You can regret your mistakes. You can learn from them. You can apologize when necessary. You can make better choices, but you cannot travel backward. So stop asking, "Why did I do that?" Start asking, "What can I learn from it?" There is a huge difference. Regret keeps you trapped in yesterday. Lessons prepare you for tomorrow. Maybe you made bad decisions when you were younger. That doesn't mean you have to keep making them. Maybe you trusted the wrong people. That doesn't mean everyone deserves your trust, or that nobody does. Maybe you wasted months or even years. You cannot get those years back, but you can make the years ahead meaningful. Your past may explain where you are. It does not have the authority to decide where you go next. Step 2. Stop comparing your beginning to someone else's middle. One of the biggest reasons young people feel like failures is comparison. You open social media and see someone your age traveling. Someone is getting married. Someone is starting a business. Someone is graduating. Someone is buying a house. Someone is becoming successful. And suddenly you look at your own life and think, "What am I doing with my life?" But remember, social media shows moments. It doesn't show the entire story. You are comparing your private struggles to someone else's public highlights. That comparison will destroy your peace. Your journey is different. Maybe your friend found success at 20. Maybe you find yours at 27. Maybe someone becomes financially successful early. Maybe your biggest growth happens later. There is no universal schedule for life. You are not late. You are simply on your own path. Instead of asking, "Why am I behind?" ask, "What can I do today to move one step forward?" One step is enough. You don't have to fix your entire life overnight. You just need to stop standing still. Step 3. Decide what you want your new life to look like. If you want to start over, you need a direction. Take some time and ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to become? Not, what do I want people to think about me, but what do I actually want my life to become? Maybe you want to become healthier. Maybe you want to become financially independent. Maybe you want to improve your education. Maybe you want stronger relationships. Maybe you want to become more disciplined. Maybe you want to reconnect with your faith. Maybe you simply want peace. Whatever it is, write it down, because a dream inside your head can remain a dream. But when you give it a direction, it becomes a goal. You don't need to know every step. You just need to know the next one. Step 4. Start small. This is where many people make a mistake. They decide, "Tomorrow I'm going to completely change my life." They create a massive plan. Wake up at 5 a.m., exercise for 2 hours, read 50 pages, study 5 hours, start a business, quit social media, become perfectly disciplined. And after 3 days, they become exhausted. Then they think, "I can't change." No, the problem isn't that you can't change. The problem is that you tried to change everything at once. Real transformation often begins with small actions. Read 5 pages, walk for 20 minutes, study for 30 minutes, put your phone away for 1 hour, sleep a little earlier, drink more water, pray on time, write down your goals. Do one difficult thing every day. Small actions may look insignificant today, but repeated every day, they become your identity. You don't need a perfect life. You need consistent progress. Step 5. Let go of the version of you that no longer serves you. Sometimes starting over requires saying goodbye. Goodbye to old habits. Goodbye to toxic relationships. Goodbye to excuses. Goodbye to the version of yourself that constantly says, I can't. Maybe you have spent years believing you are lazy. Maybe you believe you're not smart enough. Maybe you believe you're unlucky. Maybe you've convinced yourself that success is for other people. But who told you that? Your past? A teacher? A friend? A failed relationship? One bad experience? Don't let one chapter create your entire identity. You are allowed to change your mind. You are allowed to grow. You are allowed to become different. The person you were at 16 doesn't have to be the person you are at 20. The person you are at 20 doesn't have to be the person you become at 25. Growth means becoming someone new without hating who you used to be. Step 6. Build discipline when motivation disappears. Motivation feels amazing. You watch an inspiring video and suddenly you feel unstoppable. You make a plan, you feel excited. But then tomorrow comes. You're tired, you're distracted, you don't feel motivated anymore. And this is where discipline matters. You don't need to feel motivated to take the next step. You need to take the step because you decided it matters. There will be days when you don't feel like studying. Study anyway. Days when you don't feel like exercising. Move anyway. Days when you want to quit. Take a breath and continue. Discipline is not about being perfect. It's about keeping promises to yourself. Every time you do what you said you would do, you build self-respect. And slowly, you begin to trust yourself again. Step 7. Protect your mind. If you are trying to rebuild your life, be careful about what you allow into your mind every day. The people you spend time with matter. The content you consume matter. The conversations you constantly have matter. If you spend every day around negativity, criticism, gossip, and hopelessness, it becomes harder to believe in your own future. Choose people who encourage growth. Follow content that teaches you something. Read books that expand your thinking. Listen to people who inspire you to become better. And most importantly, learn to spend time alone without feeling lonely. Sometimes silence is where you finally hear your own thoughts. Step 8. Forgive yourself. This may be the hardest step, forgiving yourself. Maybe you made a decision you wish you could undo. Maybe you hurt someone. Maybe someone hurt you. Maybe you wasted opportunities. Maybe you disappointed yourself. But if you continue punishing yourself forever, what changes? Nothing. You can't change yesterday by destroying today. Forgiveness doesn't mean saying your mistakes were okay. It means saying, I made a mistake, but I refuse to let that mistake control the rest of my life. Learn, grow, make things right where you can, and then move forward. You deserve the opportunity to become better. Step 9. Understand that starting over can feel lonely. When you change your life, not everyone will understand you. Some people may laugh at your goals. Some may say you've changed. Some may not support your new direction. And that's okay. You don't need everyone to understand your journey. Sometimes you have to walk alone for a while before you find people who are going in the same direction. Don't return to an unhealthy life simply because you're afraid of being alone. Temporary loneliness can be better than permanent regret. Keep moving. The right people will recognize the person you're becoming. Step 10. Give yourself time. We live in a world that wants instant results, instant success, instant money, instant transformation. But real growth takes time. A tree doesn't become strong overnight. A skill doesn't become excellent after one day. Confidence doesn't appear because you watched one motivational video. Your life changes through repeated choices. There will be good days. There will be bad days. There will be days when you feel proud. There will be days when you question everything. Keep going. Don't judge your entire journey based on one bad day. Remember, a bad day is not a bad life. A failure is not your identity. A setback is not the end. You can always begin again. So if you're listening to this right now and thinking, I don't know what I'm doing with my life, I want you to remember one thing. You don't have to have everything figured out today. You don't need the perfect plan. You don't need everyone's approval. You don't need to become a completely different person tomorrow. Just start. Start with one decision, one habit, one small step, one honest conversation, 1 hour of focused work, one prayer, one page, one opportunity, one day at a time. Because one day, you will look back at this moment and realize something beautiful. The life you wanted didn't begin when everything became perfect. It began when you decided not to give up. Your story isn't finished. There are chapters you haven't lived yet. There are people you haven't met. There are opportunities you haven't discovered. There are places you haven't seen. There are dreams you haven't achieved. And there is a stronger version of you waiting on the other side of consistency. So don't let your past convince you that your future is already decided. You can start over. You can rebuild. You can rise again. And this time, you can build a life that truly feels like yours. If this message spoke to your heart, don't just listen to it. Do something with it. Choose one small thing today that moves you closer to the person you want to become. And if you're ready to start over, comment below, "I'm starting again." Let that be your promise to yourself. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this message with someone who may need a fresh start today. Remember, your past is a chapter. Your future is still being written. So pick up the pen and start writing again.